welcome to this week's episode of Geek-Minded Fools. My name's Graham.
And I'm Scott.
We're going to dispense with the usual format for this week and next, because, Scott, something quite big is happening next week, isn't it? Quite interesting.
My balls will be dropping.
They will be indeed. It's been a long time coming, but thank the Lord. No, 21st of October, indeed. 2015 is being touted worldwide as being Back to the Future Day.
Why is that?
It's because the 21st of October 2015 is the date that, I guess, Doc initially at the end of Back to the Future, but then Marty in Back to the Future 2 goes forward to.
This is going to get confusing real quick, isn't it?
We are going to bust open the space-time continuum, definitely. It's going to be very confusing. But anyway, Back to the Future Day, it's everybody's acknowledging it, 21st of October 2015. So we thought, why not bookend that date with 2 episodes where we shall be doing a commentary.
Yay!
On the original and obviously the best Back to the Future movie.
So we get to watch a film and you get to hear us cracking wise about it.
Indeed. And, I mean, I've always said that nobody's ever going to listen to us, but the last one we did, in fact the last couple we did, a couple of our listeners have actually said they watched the film listening to us warble on in the background, which I thought was bloody nice of them. But,
as I've said on one of the other episodes, one of our listeners, Mr. Drinkwater, watched the entire Nightmare on Elm Street series.
Crazy
off
fool.
The back of, well, you say crazy fool.
You're a braver man than me, Mike.
I say learned man. But yes.
But anyway, so we are going to be watching the original Back to the Future film. So if any of you out there do want to watch along with us, please do. It's just us going to be talking nonsense. So, gird up your loins, because I'm pressing play now.
Hurrah!
Hey!
Did you see this in the cinema? You obviously did.
I did, yes.
Can you remember what cinema you saw it in?
I think I saw this in Esher.
Okay.
I think it was the Esher Odeon. And this was back in the days when I was the film reviewer for our college magazine. And this was the first film I did a review for, because I was at college from September 85 through to June 87, and of course this came out late 85. So
wouldn't it be nice if you still had that review?
Wouldn't it be nice?
We could hear what past Graham thought of it, and compare it to what future Graham now thinks, or present Graham.
Yes.
Golden
here we
Graham.
are. There's the title, the iconic Back to the Future logo. And here we have Doc Brown's house.
Doc's clocks.
Yes, indeed. Full of clocks.
Full of clocks. You do get to see the amazing clock that I've always wanted but never managed to get anywhere. It's the cat with the eyes. The eyes that move side to side.
So the clock's all showing 7:53.
Which I always thought was a little bit early to be going to
No, I've never noticed that before.
Oh, it's Harold Lloyd.
Harold Lloyd hanging off the clock hand. Is that supposed to be a precursor to... I don't know what. I've never... There's the cat.
There's the cat.
And
the
owl.
And a
poodle.
We like them. We like them a lot. I saw this in the Cannon Cinema on Kingston Road.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Do you remember the Cannon?
I do.
It's now a block of flats.
Yes.
That's a shame.
Known as the Rembrandt.
It was the Rembrandt.
Yes.
I love the fact that that cinema was where they filmed the first comic strip movie with the what would become the Young Ones.
Oh, right. So I cut that comic strip.
Yeah.
Okay,
Rick Mayall and Ade Edmondson. There's a brilliant scene with Ade Edmondson throwing a stuffed effigy of Rick Mayall off the top of the Rembrandt, which I love.
Love it.
And of course here, The Power of Love by Jennifer Grey. Jennifer Grey?
Jennifer Grey. Jennifer Rush.
Jennifer Rush. Who's Jennifer Grey?
Jennifer Grey's Dirty Dancing and Ferris Bueller's Day Off.
Oh, she's the one who
had a nose
now
job
hasn't got a nose.
and killed her career by having a nose job.
Here's a little bit of exposition now. There's a news story just showing a plutonium theft.
But what we're seeing is Doc's house clearly unlived in. He's obviously on the lam, on the run, for reasons which will become clear shortly.
And obviously his house very, very much, I suppose, an homage to Rube Goldberg and things of that sort.
Yes,
the mousetrap.
Yes, an automated sort of everything's automated, but it's very much sort of the home of a wacky inventor.
Yeah, very much
teeing up the character of Dr. Emmett Brown,
played obviously by the fabulous Christopher Lloyd. Would have been a very, very different film had they have gone with their first initial actor, who wasn't available.
Go on.
John Lithgow.
Really?
Yeah.
That I didn't know. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, Christopher Lloyd just absolutely owns it. I mean, you do wonder how the film would have been without him.
Oh, God, yeah.
And here we get the first appearance of Marty McFly, as obviously played by the great Michael J. Fox.
Introducing the first of two iconic pairs of Nike shoes.
Yes.
That you're going to that we get to see throughout the trilogy.
Yes.
I do believe I had a pair of those.
I had black and silver.
Nice.
The Nike Flash was silver and the rest of them were black.
Nice.
They had the little Velcro fastening around the top. Do you remember those ones?
Yes, I do.
They're actually worn by the Rocksteady crew on the front cover of their album Ready for Battle.
I think they were called Nike Vandals.
Were they?
Or
Okay.
Nike Vandals. This bit always confused me. I love this bit, obviously. This is him cranking up his amplifier that Doc has obviously custom built
To 11.
for him, cranking it all the way to 11. But you get a little shot in a minute of him showing his plectrum. And if you watch, I'm sure there's a little glint.
It glints. Oh yeah, the plectrum glints.
But it doesn't make any sense to me because being a guitarist, I would never use a metal plectrum.
Of course you wouldn't.
But it's still a great scene. And a beautiful little guitar as
So
well.
it's a massive great amp, which Marty's cranking up, about to stand in front of it and hit the big note. So Robert Zemeckis, who of course at the moment is has directed the film, what's it called, The Wire or something like that, the one about the guy who walked with Joseph Gordon-Levitt.
Is it
That
Man
the guy
on a
who
Wire, or
walked,
is it just called The Wire?
Man on a Wire or The Wire or something. The guy who walked between the
I can't remember the guy's name.
Twin Towers,
isn't it?
yes, French guy.
And here we get our first shot of him in the again. The word iconic is going to come up a lot, I think, throughout this because every bit of clothing, costuming, imagery in this now, I think, is
reeks of the 80s.
It does, doesn't it?
It's absolutely fantastic. Now, of course, Michael J. Fox, when he made, I think he was 23, but of course was Family Ties as well, and therefore was always playing the teenager. Very much famed for his boyish good looks.
Me or him?
Well, both, I'm sure.
Okay,
yes.
I mean, that's what I'm known for. Is my boyish good looks.
Absolutely, and your charm.
And my charm, indeed.
Obviously,
because he was filming this at the same time as he was filming Family Ties. He was filming Family Ties during the daytime.
Yes.
And then this.
Well, of course, famously, he was the first choice, wasn't he? But couldn't do it. A la Tom Selleck with Magnum and Raids of Lost Art and Pierce Brosnan and not being James Bond because he was in Remington Steele.
Yeah.
And because of Family Ties, Fox couldn't do it, so obviously he went with Eric Stoltz. Who filmed? Do we know how many days he filmed for? It was about 4 or 5, wasn't it? That actually did.
He filmed for 4 weeks.
4 weeks. That
4
long was
whole
it?
weeks, my friend.
And they realised that the chemistry just wasn't there. It wasn't working for him, and so he got booted. And they managed to get Michael J. Fox, as you're obviously not Fox's studio, but managed to get Michael J. Fox to do Family Ties during the day and this at night, and all the daytime scenes I think were filmed at weekends, weren't they? Because most of the filming was at night. And here we have the first playing of the iconic song from the movie, "The Power of Love" by Huey Lewis and the News.
Indeed.
What's your favourite Huey Lewis song other than this?
Oh, that's a good shot.
Can you name one?
Do you know what? I'm going to go with? I'm going to go with a bit of an obscurity.
Go on.
I think it's called "I Need a New Drug."
Okay.
And do you know why I like it so much?
Because it's about drugs.
No, it's because it's and I never knew about this song until X amount of years ago. But apparently, Huey Lewis sued Ray Parker Jr.
Yes, he did. That's right. For
and
Ghostbusters.
And
yes.
And I tell you what, the track that they ripped off for Ghostbusters is a bloody good track.
Yes,
it really is. I do like what was considered to be the second theme tune to this as well, which is Back in Time.
Yes.
And I quite like the one from Part 3 as well, which is Double Back.
Oh, okay. Yes, by ZZ Top. Yes. Now, my favourite Huey Lewis song, "If This Is It."
Okay.
Which I think is a great.
I like "Hip to Be Square."
Who doesn't like Hip to Be Square?
Oh, there we go. Now this is a brilliant actor called James Tolkien.
It is
playing. Can you tell me the character's name?
Mr. Strickland.
Okay, which leads me quite nicely into a little story for you. You know, I often speak of a very good friend of mine, Dready Matt Ostler.
Oh yes,
he is one of our
often comments on our Facebook page.
He does.
Bless you, Matt.
Yes, thank you, Matt. Matt is a fabulous guy, and I like to dub him the nicest man in the world. You are not going to find a nicer man in the world than Matt.
Nicer than me?
I'm afraid to say yes. Well, I've screenshotted this little exchange.
Screenshotted?
I've screenshotted.
Is that a verb?
Yeah.
Screenshot?
Alright, well, I've taken a picture. I've pictured.
I screenshot.
I've screenshot. Yeah, that'll do. I have screenshot a conversation that Matt and I had around about January this year.
Can I just stop you?
Yes, please do.
Because Michael J. Fox is now going for his audition for his band.
Oh, yes.
And, of course...
one of the judges.
The main judge is Huey Lewis.
He is.
The one who says, sorry, but you're just too darn loud.
Indeed.
So,
that is very
here we
music.
go now, the rock version of The Power of Love.
Yes. I wonder who the other guys in the band are. I wonder if they are anyone.
The one on...
Sorry, I was just taking
the one
back
on
by
bass
the
there looks
Claudia
like
Wells.
Owen Wilson.
It does, actually, doesn't it? There he is.
There's Huey
He
looking
was
about.
really young there.
Well, they all were, mate.
And the other chap there to Huey's right as well is a stalwart, always in kind of teen movies as the bad teen, as it were.
Too darn loud.
Too darn loud.
Oh, Marty.
Heartbroken.
But anyway, sorry.
That's all right. No.
You screenshot.
I screenshotted this little conversation that Matt and I had in around about January this year, and it was amazing. It was. This came out of nowhere. I hadn't texted Matt, but Matt just said, "Holy shit! I've only just realised Mr. Skinner is the Marshal in Back to the Future Part 3. Mind blown." Of which I've replied, "Mr. Skinner." Matt's come back with, "Oh shit, no, wrong Skinner." He calls everyone slackers. And I've just said, Strickland.
Strickland.
And to that I replied to him, "Well done, sir. You're only 25 years too late." But Matt, obviously being, the most amazing man in the world, has decided that he doesn't feel bad about that. It's just better late than never.
Because let's
Bless
face
him.
it, he is obviously the nicest man in the world. Because if you'd have said that to me, I'd have just written back, fuck you. But anyway, here we have the beautiful Claudia Wells.
Yes.
As Jennifer, Marty's girlfriend.
Yeah, again, not the first choice.
And of course, she didn't come back for 2 and 3, did she? The
didn't.
part of Jennifer was played by Elizabeth Shue.
It was.
Because,
beautiful Elizabeth Shue.
Yes, but I always preferred Claudia Wells, and I was always a bit gutted she didn't come back. And apparently it was because, was it her mum or her grandma had cancer, and therefore she actually stepped away from acting to help look after her. Yeah. So what a lovely thing to actually give up.
Yeah.
To give up, a role in two films of a 3-film trilogy that was absolutely huge, to actually care for a family member. So bless you, Claudia.
Well, again, not the first choice. It went through 2 actresses, I think, before they got to her. But the original was a girl called Melora Hardin. But she actually never got to play any of the scenes, really, with Marty, because by the time it got round to Stoltz exiting and Fox coming in, they decided that the Melora Hardin was actually too tall to play against the...
Fox on a box it would have needed.
It would have needed Fox on a box. Can you tell me how tall Michael J. Fox is, do you know?
5'5".
Spot on!
Oh, go on! That was a guess!
Well done,
I nearly
you.
said 5'6", but I thought, not
I thought, no, I'm going with 5'5", you thought.
Hey.
Well done, you.
Now, of course, Marty has just been handed the flyer about the Save the Clock Tower, because the clock tower was hit by lightning, and that may well come back to help us later in the movie. We don't know. We'll have to watch and find out.
We're going to have to find out.
Yeah.
What I love about this is all filmed in the Universal backlot, isn't it? All
Yes.
of this. But I love the fact that they're very clever to show exactly how the town works and where what is,
where everything is, and the movie house
and
the cafe or whatever you call it, the diner,
and the little
so
exercise place,
and of course cool. the movie house is all showing X-rated films, orgy American style and X-rated. So of course we'll see a very watered down version of that once he's back in 1955.
Yeah, he's skitching a lift here on a couple of cars back home to Lion Estates.
That's his thing, isn't it? On his skateboard, hitching a ride on the back of a car.
And we see what looks to be quite a dilapidated, run-down Lion Estates.
Yes, with a car that's also had a prang
Yeah.
being towed into the drive. I wonder who could have been driving that.
Oh, it would have to be someone pretty dumb, I think, or someone
A
pretty...
right arsehole.
Yes. Oh dear.
Poor
So
Marty.
he's not happy, is he? Bless him.
He's planning a dirty weekend away with his girlfriend, and the car's just been totaled by Biff Tannen.
The amazing Thomas F. Wilson, who I love to bits.
Who I have to say, considering he was 25 when he played this role, does play a really good elder person.
I think he's a fabulous actor. It's a shame that he didn't really do a great deal after the Back to the Future films.
No.
I mean, I know he does. He does.
I remember seeing him in National Lampoon's Loaded Weapon 1.
He is in that, isn't he?
He is in that.
Which I don't think is a terrible film. I quite like those movies.
Because we were going, it's Biff Tannen.
It's Biff Tannen.
It's Biff. And of course, Crispin Glover, the amazing Crispin Glover, who just plays the doofus absolutely superbly.
Zemeckis basically said about Crispin Glover that about roughly 60 to 70% of the mannerisms are all from Crispin Glover's own mind.
Yes.
There's no prompting needed. All of that, which you do very well, actually. I love all this.
But do you know how old Crispin Glover was when they made this?
He was probably about the same age as Michael J. Fox, was he not?
He was 20.
So he was younger.
He was the youngest of the cast.
The youngest cast member.
Thomas F. Wilson was 25. Michael J. Fox and Lee Thompson were both 23. In fact, Lee Thompson, I think, is 9 days older than Michael J. Fox. And Crispin Glover was only 20. And I tell you, when it goes back to 55, you see how young it is. But you know, to have a part in a film this massive when you're 20 and pull it off with such aplomb, fair play to the man.
I mean,
absolutely brilliant.
I don't know what he'd done before this. If anything, I think it was only probably one of the Friday the 13th,
right?
Which was part 4, I think.
Confrontations.
He is amazing. They did say as well. They did say when I was talking to Bob Gale and Robert Zemeckis, they did say that they would have to throw the proverbial net over Crispin Glover every now and again because he would just go so far out of whack from where they thought the character was going to go.
But he is. I mean, obviously he didn't come back for 2 and 3 either, didn't he?
No, that was over a dispute over
money
and the way that the story played out.
Yes.
Ultimately, wasn't it?
Yes.
He was replaced by an actor called Jeffrey Wiseman.
Yes,
I believe.
But of course, he you know, in terms of cinematically, and here we have Lee Thompson, who padded up,
who I love.
I'll tell you, I had a massive thing for Lee Thompson back then. She was absolutely beautiful. Well, I say it was. I'm sure she is. She
is still absolutely beautiful. She is still.
And, but yeah, I first saw her in Jaws 3D.
Yeah,
Jaws 3 in 3D.
Dennis
Quaid, yes, and I fell in love with her there. Particularly a bikini shot down on the beach bit. And was she in Red Dawn as well?
Yes, I believe she was.
And
of course, you've got there as well Mark McClure as Dave McFly
as Jimmy Olsen.
Yes, and Wendy Jo Sperber as Linda McFly. Now, Wendy Jo Sperber was on a list that I read a little while ago of actors/actresses that have passed away and none of us knew about.
Oh.
So she did pass away, unfortunately, but I don't know if you recall a movie called Bachelor Party.
Of course I remember Bachelor Party.
Who couldn't? She's in Bachelor Party as well.
Oh, is she?
Yeah, she's the one who's kind of, she's all... she's quite mousy and then ends up being really, really feisty. And
okay.
But yeah, she's one of the cast members who is no longer with us.
Oh, bless her.
I'm not sure if James Tolkien's still alive, actually, either. Strickland. I'd imagine he is. He's too awesome to ever die.
He's like, when there's a nuclear war, the only things that will be left alive is cockroaches and Mr. Strickland.
I would believe that to be the truth, yes. This scene here as well is obviously a little bit of exposition and a little bit of setup for jokes coming in later on with his Uncle Joey.
Uncle Jailbird Joey.
Jailbird Joey, which we get a brilliant little callback
later. And also the fact that clearly they're a dysfunctional family, the mum drinks heavily and they haven't got a whole lot of money.
They haven't, no.
And George, the dad, is very much in Biff's pocket, works for Biff and is a bit of a wimp.
Yeah.
Bit of an embarrassing geek.
Honestly, he just plays it so well, Crispin Glover.
But again, they're also teeing up how they met and fell in love when Lorraine's dad hit George with the car.
At the fish under the sea dance.
And they know that, yes, that's right, the fish under the sea. Brilliant. But yeah, here we go, the George McFly laugh coming up again.
I really hope some people are watching along with us because it is an absolute masterclass, I think, in
here we go
in acting. What are they watching now? I believe they're watching The Honeymooners, are they?
Yes, they are. Which, of course, again is going to be referenced a little bit later on.
Yeah, indeed.
So, again,
what is
sort of the whole 80s. It sounds a bit.
I'm not sure what that is.
I can't remember. But again, a very sort of 80s thing. Marty wearing braces.
Which I will be bringing back very soon.
Excellent.
I'm going to bring back braces. I love the set decoration here as well in his room. Because remember a few episodes back... Well, actually, more than a few episodes now when we did the Nightmare on Elm Street one. The set decoration in Johnny Depp's room is just kind of...
So this is important, isn't it? Twin Pines Mall.
Of course it is, yes. Yeah, the set decoration in his room is very, very minimal. Yes. They obviously just didn't want to take too much away from the character.
No, sure.
Of course, as well, the amazingly beautiful puffer, gilet, waistcoat, jacket, whatever you want to call it, which I did have one of. I was desperate to be Marty McFly.
How did that work out for you?
Well, only time will tell.
Hey!
Can I go now?
So this is Marty's now being called by Doc Brown, and he's turned up at Twin Pines Mall.
Yeah.
And has met Einstein the dog.
He wasn't initially going to be a dog, was he?
Wasn't he? What was he going to be?
He was going to be a chimpanzee.
Ah!
Yeah.
But wasn't the time machine initially going to be a fridge or a freeze or something there?
It was, and obviously they didn't want to do that because they were worried kids would start getting trapped in fridges.
Indeed. So instead, it's a very cool DeLorean. Absolutely iconic.
A beautiful car as well,
and
I think.
What an entrance for Christopher Lloyd this is as well.
Yeah.
Stephen. I mean, that's amazing, isn't it?
Smacking his head.
I mean, he's almost sort of recreating Reverend Jim from Taxi, isn't
he?
This sort of weird, sort of, what? You know, sort of shake of the head and...
If you look as well, if you watch Christopher Lloyd throughout the film, you'll notice he hunches a lot. And that is purely for the fact that he's 6'1" against Michael J. Fox's 5'5".
But one thing I will say, for the time, bear in mind, you know, out in 85, so it would have been made 84, 85, the prosthetics are very good. You know, the makeup for aging them all up is actually done very well. I mean, you know, you can see Christopher Lloyd's, most of it is around the neck, but he's got some around the eyes as well.
Yeah.
Bear in mind, I think he was 46 when he made this. And so they've obviously made him up to be considerably older so that he doesn't look ridiculous when he's back in 55.
Yeah.
So he's Einie about to take the first trip.
In the radio controlled version of the DeLorean.
Yes, indeed. Now, what I love about this is Michael J. Fox does get to really show off his comedy chops.
Yeah.
Because there is some great physical comedy in this, and let's say particularly by Michael J. Fox. He plays it absolutely superbly.
And this is ultimately why he got the role over Stoltz.
Yes.
Because Stoltz was playing it too dramatically.
Too straight.
Because you will have obviously seen this scene filmed with Stoltz. It's played out completely differently,
absolutely, yes. Yeah, I mean, Fox just absolutely nails it.
He does a little step away, doesn't he? And then Lloyd looks at him.
This is it. So we've got the DeLoreans that are lined up towards them. And this is the first reference to 88 miles an hour Doc's just made. You know, you're going to see some serious shit when it hits 88 miles an hour.
Or if you're watching it on terrestrial TV, you're going to see some serious stuff.
There you go.
Badly dubbed.
And so the DeLorean is now being revved up, facing towards them. And suddenly Fox, whose video starts moving slowly away, and Doc Brown looks at him and he sort of stops and comes back.
Get on your mark.
It's a small little moment, but it's bits like that I think absolutely make this film.
It's Doc's kind of way of saying, what, you don't trust me? I'm a scientist.
Watch this, here we go. I need not any the wiser to what the hell's going. Flux capacitor lines up.
Great effects.
It's very good, effects. And whoosh. Although that would hurt, having flames, standing in flames on the road like that would definitely burn your legs. You'd be leaping out of that.
Yeah.
88 miles per hour.
Brilliant. And a very befuddled looking Martin.
And of course a great scene there with the license plate spinning out of time, of course. Very famously. Did you When you went to Universal, did they still have the DeLorean there when you went?
Yes.
Yeah.
And I went on the Back to the Future ride as well, which was awesomely good.
Which, of course, is now shut down, isn't it? I think they closed it down. They turned it into a Simpsons ride or something.
Oh, well, fuck them.
I know, but yeah, it was great, wasn't it? Going back through time and everything with a moving car.
Yeah, that was a very clever ride. And obviously, I had a whole intro, didn't it? Filmed specifically for the ride by Christopher
Lloyd, indeed.
Awesome.
Check your watch though, Doc.
Yeah.
Great line here.
Wait a minute, Doc. Are you telling me that you built a time machine?
Out of a DeLorean?
Out of a DeLorean?
Would have been the same if he'd have said, "Are you telling me you built a time machine out of a fridge?" But in the original script, they the whole idea was to have the time machine be in a fridge, and in order to get back from the past, they had to go to some Nevada test site. Right. There was a big explosion that would then create the power to send them back.
Gotcha.
Where did that get reused?
Don't know. Go on.
Indiana Jones.
Oh god.
That's literally where they got the fridge scene from.
Rubbish. That's one of the worst scenes. It's appalling.
Exactly.
One thing I'm wondering, bear in mind that Doc was just pushing Marty out the way because his watch beat and he realised the minute was up and they had to get out the way to avoid the DeLorean. How did it immediately come through and brake? He'd have been coming away and couldn't have actually braked. Did he apply the brake as soon as it hit 88 and sort of disappeared so that it would have been braking as it came out of it?
I've always just imagined that because he's not powering it, it's literally being self-propelled and it just comes to a stop on its own.
Yeah, no, that trust me, Scott, that braked.
Oh, it did brake, yeah, but I mean, how he did it,
it didn't just
we don't know.
Slow down. So there you go, the time traveller's worked. I love the frost all over the car as well. That's a genius move.
Yeah. What does it say on the side of his truck? Does it just say 24-hour science experiments?
Don't know.
Pretty sure it does.
No, it says Dr. E. Brown Enterprises or something, didn't it, on one side?
Yeah. Again, beautiful design. I love all the... what are those little machines called that you could make the labels out of? Croy tape, I think they were called.
Oh, God.
Remember them?
Yes, I do.
They almost looked like a little rosette badge, didn't they? And you'd squeeze them.
Oh, God. What are those called? Oh, no, so you've done it now.
I know.
You've blown my mind.
Well, the thing is, my lovely girlfriend's got one, and she made me a little label for my tobacco pouch. So I've got one. See? Which I love. I think that's
November
brilliant.
the 5th, 1955. There we go. That's the day it all happened.
It is indeed. And he is every inch the crazy scientist.
Oh, he is. I mean, this role could not have been played by anybody else.
No, definitely not.
And clearly Eric Stoltz proves the same for the Marty role as well.
Yeah, yeah.
But look, you can see there the prosthetics around his neck, how they've wrinkled it up and sort of on his cheeks, under his eyes and what have you.
Yeah, and it's
just to
good.
Hold him up. It's very good, you know, for mid-80s. Absolutely top drawer, because it ages them without making them look ridiculous.
Yeah.
You know, it doesn't make them look like Guy Pearce in Prometheus ridiculous.
Yeah, that was ridiculous. I thought you were going to say Guy Pearce in Men in Black 3 ridiculous. Which I did see the other night. And that is ridiculous.
I still don't know why they had Guy Pearce in prosthetics playing an old man when you never had the payoff of seeing him as a younger man. Why not just get an old man to play the role? Very bizarre.
Fuck Prometheus, basically.
Yeah.
This is heavy duty, Doc. This is great. Does it run like on regular unleaded gas?
He's got another great
24-hour
scientific services, it says.
There you go.
He's got another couple of great 80s bits of kit there as well. He's got the calculator watch, I believe, hasn't he? Has he got a calculator watch? Sure he has. Notice as well that he pronounces gigawatts gigawatts, which I love. That's brilliant.
That's a great bit of acting, isn't it?
Yeah.
Shush.
Hush.
Don't say it out loud.
Apparently, the pronunciation of the gigawatts and gigawatts then came from a guy they had in an actual scientist who would always refer to them as gigawatts.
Oh, okay.
So Zemeckis and Gale decided, well, if a real scientist is calling them that, even if he is a bit mad.
And here they go in the outfit, the radioactive suits, which again will the payoff will come a bit later for Marty. But great jump from both of them when this thing drops.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know how many takes it took them, in these scenes, but it just looks so natural between the pair of them, doesn't it? I think the chemistry between the pair of them is amazing.
If you had to give this film a genre, what would you say? Sort of a comedy adventure comedy? How would you describe it?
Yeah, I would never call it sci-fi.
No. Well, the sci-fi is only how they get there. The thing isn't about science fiction.
Yeah, exactly. I think, comedy adventure would be the best place to kind of try and pigeonhole it. But this is him obviously explaining his plan that he's going to go into the future, isn't he?
Yeah. He wants to see how things have changed and also find out the winners of the last 25 World Series, which of course we have a payoff in Back to the Future 2.
Yes.
And that's exactly what Biff does with his sports almanac.
Gray's sports almanac.
Yes.
Unless, of course, he's picked up the wrong one, because otherwise it would be a copy of Ooh La La. A very racy 50s porn mag. So,
oh dear. So Einie's barking at something.
Yeah, he's giving him the warning.
And it's the Libyans.
It is the Libyans. Really quite an out there move for what is technically a kids movie, to have Libyan terrorists show up at the beginning of the movie and
with a bazooka, no less. But also somebody getting properly shot as well.
Brilliant. See, I
guess that his little gun.
That image there of him with the revolver was one of the hardest stickers to get hold of for the Back to the Future sticker book.
Yeah, I was too old for that by the time this happened. Bearing in mind when this came out, I was 17,
and I was 9.
Yes. So I'd outgrown sticker books by at least a year.
Yeah.
At that point.
Until a few years later, when you would then start collecting cards and things again.
Indeed. What goes around comes around.
Indeed it does. So is Marty thinking he's going to be
saved by a misfire.
So he thinks the best way out is straight into the DeLorean.
The DeLorean. Damn Soviet gun.
Very amusing.
Poor old Doc's bit in the dust now.
Yeah. Obviously not a great advertisement for Volkswagen there. The choice of terrorists.
The VW camper.
Choice of Libyan terrorists, the Volkswagen camper.
But obviously they needed something with a, that was big but had a roof that was open that they could come out of. So again, Indeed. The gun's still jamming. Still struggling with the gun.
So what age do you have to be to drive in America? It's 16, isn't it?
You get your licence at 16, yes.
And Marty in this he's still of school age, isn't he? So he's 15 in this, is he supposed to be? Or...
well, of course, they're in high school till 18. I always sort of thought he was like 17.
16, 17, yeah. Do you know, I don't think I've ever thought about how old he was. It's just he is the hero and that's it for me. This is the exciting chase around the Twin Pines Mall parking lot.
One thing now, of course, the bazooka's out now, so Marty's like, holy shit, I'm about to get blowed up.
Oh dear.
See if you bastards can do 90. Indeed. Now, one thing this film always makes me think of is, of course, you used to work in the Sony Centre in Epsom.
I did.
And I can remember coming to see you after work once and leaving work and walking in, and right at the back of the... so we're about to hit 88 miles an hour.
Indeed.
And so flux capacitor goes and boom, suddenly we're in a field and he's hit a scarecrow.
Taking out a scarecrow.
So, yes, as I walked in, Back to the Future was playing on a big screen right at the back of the store, because it was quite a long store, wasn't it? And you and a couple of the other guys were all sort of stood there chatting. So, as I walked in, I just went, Marty! At the absolute top of my voice. Not realising there was a man and a woman in the corner of the shop right by the door who jumped out of their skin at me shouting this down the store at you.
Genius. His old man Peabody and his family. And if we look at his comic book...
And of course the kid's got the comic with Tales from Space Zombies from Pluto.
Because that is what they initially wanted to call the movie. It was going to be called Spaceman from Pluto.
Well, that was suggested by one of the guys, but it was shot down pretty quick. And isn't it a rumour that Steven Spielberg sent him a memo or sent him some sort of form of communication saying, "Thank you very much for your joke memo."
Yes.
And actually made him eat humble pie by having to admit it was a joke rather than it being a genuine suggestion for the name for the film.
Indeed.
Excuse me.
So, of course, his radiation suit, I think I called it a radioactive suit. Of course, it wouldn't be much use if it was a radioactive suit, but his radiation suit very much looking like the alien from the front of the comic. So.
Yeah. And again, Michael J. Fox proving how good his comedy timing is as well. You know, just the little fall through the door.
It's just great physical comedy, falling backwards. He's excellent at that. I think throughout the whole film is
I think for an actor so young,
comedy
to have mastered that at such a young age,
at 23 to be doing that. There you go. Now, of course, Peabody's just said, "You space bastard, you killed our Pine," which, of course, will come back.
We'll have a knock-on effect
in the film.
We'll have a knock-on effect.
Everything does, doesn't it?
Yes,
Everything
it
has a ripple effect. This is very much. What's that?
Butterfly effect.
Yeah, but what's the very famous sci-fi book? The Sound of. The Scream or something. I can't remember the sound.
Sound of Thunder.
Sound of Thunder. That's it.
Which was made into a fucking awful film, wasn't it?
Okay.
With Pierce Brosnan.
There you go. So yes,
and now we see a very unbuilt lion estate.
So where Marty lives is they've literally put up the entrance and nothing else.
Yes.
So Marty's wondering what the hell's going on. Why is everything so old and nothing's been built? Where do you think you are, Marty? It's got to be a dream.
It's got to be. Some friendly 50s folk there.
friendly locals. It can't be.
Oh no.
What did that say? Did that just say 1955?
I think it might have done. So never had that problem myself, a car stalling, not being a driver.
No,
wouldn't know anything about it.
Drive. And I think that's probably best for everyone else on the road.
I think very much so, sir. Very, very much so.
The old Walkman there.
Yeah, lovely bit of product placement there, but obviously I don't think it was meant to be product placement. It was just that those were the products that were available at the time, weren't they?
That was pretty much it back then, wasn't it?
And of course, if you ever need to hide a time machine that's been built into a DeLorean, just behind the pictures of some old prefab houses is the best place to do it.
So here we are now, the payoff of earlier. So we're in Hill Valley in the town square.
In our 1955 iteration.
Everything that we saw that was horrible in 80s is suddenly very simple in 50s. So the picture house previously showing X-rated films is now showing a film with Barbara Stanwyck and Ronald Reagan. Of course, the gag being that Reagan was president at this time. He was
indeed, wasn't he? Yes. And he actually did he not reference Back to the Future in one of his speeches? I believe he said
yes.
We did the whole "where we're going, we don't need roads."
We don't need roads. He did indeed. Yes. It's nice to see you and I both went to IMDb for our facts on this one.
Yeah, well, you know, that's what it's for.
Indeed. Now, I can't, even in the 50s, I can't believe anybody thought springs on the bottom of big shoes were a fun thing for kids to play with.
Come on, they're only, you know, if you look now around London, you see people on these stupid little wheelie things.
Yeah, but,
which incidentally have just been banned.
I know, exactly. They're illegal.
Good.
Fuck them all.
Fucking idiots. Honestly, fucking idiots.
Because the town hall clock is working, which Marty's never seen or heard before.
No, indeed. I always thought that I don't know what they are that are either side of the clock, but I always thought they looked like the terror dogs from Ghostbusters.
Ghostbusters, yes, in Doodles.
But this also, as well, this town square is also from another very famous movie, which I think Zemeckis had something to do with as well.
Yes, it is. I read that as well. And it is...
What is the name of the place? Don't tell me. Something Falls, is it? From Gremlins? Is it from Gremlins? I'm sure it's from... it is from Gremlins, but I can't remember the name of the town.
I can't remember the name of the town.
Can't remember. It's something Falls, I think. Kingston Falls.
There you go.
Because you've got the big billboard of Rockin' Ricky Rialto, haven't you? Look Comes up.
But here you've got the diner.
And possibly some of the best kind of time-travelling jokes, I think, coming up.
Yes. What with the owner?
Yeah.
Yes.
Just everything that gets said here.
What's with a life preserver?
He's obviously referring to his puffer gilet.
Just want to use the phone. Yeah, it's in the bag.
The one thing I'm amazed is, bearing in mind, okay, this was simple times, but he looks up Doc Brown,
Yeah.
finds his address, thinks, right, okay, I'm going to need this, tries ringing him, no answer. Tears, there's his watch beeping, obviously, the guy, what?
Casio calculator watch.
Tears the page out, but then wanders out holding a page. He's just torn out the phone book, and the owner doesn't seem to have a problem with this.
No.
The fact that he's just vandalised his phone book. Look, clearly in his hand, a page from the phone book, and he's actually asking him where the address is. And no problem with you vandalising my phone book.
Brilliant bit of wordplay.
Yeah.
Give me a tab. Can't give you a tab unless you order something.
Yeah, Pepsi free. You want a Pepsi pal? You're gonna pay for it.
Absolutely brilliant.
Just give me something without any sugar in it, okay?
Which he still doesn't pay for.
Does he not?
Well, George runs off, so
Of
he runs
course
after
he does,
him.
yes.
Although there is money on the counter,
Yeah.
but surely some of his money would have been dated after 1955.
And it is his money as well, because you can see there's a plectrum there as well.
Yes.
Hey guys, how are you doing? You got my homework finished, McFly? Well,
Here we
Brilliant.
go, the young Crispin Glover, the
And
young
of course,
called
Billy fucking Zane! He loves it. Look at him. Oh, he's so dashing. Crush! So dashing.
I can't put the Man Crush jingle in here because
You can't. That's alright. I did it for you.
Yeah, well done.
One of the other villains there, or henchmen, if you like.
Yes.
Casey Shemensko.
Casey
isn't it?
Shamasco, yes, on the right.
And our chap here with the
gloves.
gloves. I
Fingers
can't remember the
gloves.
actor's name, but he was first choice for Biff.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
I'll finish that on up tonight, and then I'll bring it over first thing tomorrow morning.
Yeah, Casey Shamasco was one of those sort of guys who sort of always showed up in films as sort of a bit part player. He was in Memphis Belle, wasn't he? He was in
Brilliant in Young
Guns, yeah.
What's his name in Young Guns? I can't remember, but he's a greaser,
Yeah.
damn Mexicano greaser. Brilliant. So that's our first introduction to Biff's gang, and obviously a very, once again, confused-looking Marty, who's now sat
He's
next
now
to his
staring at his young father,
younger father,
who's now the age he is now, and of course. Have you ever listened to any of Crispin Glover's music?
I have heard bits of it, yeah.
It's just insane. He records under the name Crispin Hellion Glover.
Yeah.
And it's absolutely insane. My wife's sister lent us the album, and I mean, my favourite song is one that just goes, "Clowny clown clown." It's absolutely insane.
Maybe we can put a link to that nowhere near our Facebook page, because it sounds too insane.
So this is again Marty affecting history by suggesting to this guy working in the diner that he should be mayor, and of course it's Goldie Wilson.
Indeed it is.
Who does end up seeking re-election in the future.
Obviously the 1950s.
Mayor Goldie Wilson.
Yeah, obviously the 1950s, not a time for equality.
But again, Marty, surely the vast majority of those coins Marty would have left on that counter would have been dated after 1955.
I would say all of them would be, probably, wouldn't they? I mean,
thereby creating a tear in the very fabric of time and space.
Yeah.
And that's probably destroying the universe. Well done, Marty.
Yeah, well done, Marty.
Well done, Marty. Well done, you.
Lovely pair of stonewashed jeans. Oh dear. The horrible, horrible
He's a peeping Tom.
moment.
Now,
That you
is that
realise
supposed to be Lee Thompson up there?
I think it is.
Is that
yes.
actually her, right?
It's like, oh my god.
Peeping Tom.
Genius.
And this obviously harking back to the story that
So
Lee Thompson tells around the table to her kids about him getting hit by the car. But
Only
no,
Marty saves him.
It always looks like it really hurts as
I
well
know,
when he bangs
his head
doesn't it?
coming back. I still to this day don't know how he did it.
Yeah.
I mean, would it been fake tarmac, or would he have had something protective on the back of his head? Because he goes back and
imagine it's-
whacks his head on the ground, and then bounces up and comes back down again. And I always look at that and go, oh my god.
Yeah, I imagine it's probably fake tarmac.
Fake tarmac.
Mom? That you?
You're there now. Just relax.
Now, of course, this is the only time when she's young that she speaks in his voice. It's obviously, you need to have him thinking that it's his mum, but it still does seem a bit odd that suddenly she's talking.
She's got the croaky, almost the Marge Simpson-esque.
That's right. Where suddenly she's all, oh, I'm Lorraine, as soon as the light's on.
Back in good old 1955.
1955?
Oh, no. She was a fox,
wasn't she?
Hot woman.
She was an
and she still is.
Fox.
She still is. She's still beautiful.
Very beautiful. Lovely dimples.
Yeah. Well, I always fell in love with her in Howard the Duck.
I know you like Howard the Duck. Yes.
Any excuse really to talk about Howard the Duck.
For me, like I say, it was Jaws 3D. I also really liked her in one of my favourite John Hughes films, Some Kind of Wonderful.
Good film with Eric Stoltz.
With Eric Stoltz, indeed.
So they would get to play.
So they did eventually get to perform together.
And I seem to recall who's the actor whose name I always forget. He's a voice actor, but he's in Some Kind of Wonderful as well. He plays the skinhead.
Oh yes.
I want to say. Well, he's Casey Jones in the Turtles movies as well, isn't he?
He was in... Oh, shit. Sorry.
Oh, no. Space-Time Continuum ripped. What is his name?
He was in...
Elias Koteas.
There you go. He was in The Prophecy as well, wasn't he? He
Yes.
played the cop.
Yes. And he's in the remake of Let the Right One In, which I don't know if you've seen.
Yes, I have. Yes.
Which was not a bad remake, I didn't think. It's not as good as the original, but...
no, to me, the only thing I thought that did better than the original was the scene in the hospital where she catches fire and I love the way that the nurse catches fire as well. That was much better done. The ending, the pool scene of the original is far better than the remake. Definitely. Now this again, great bit of physical comedy with him desperately trying to put his jeans on, one leg get caught, boom, straight down. That's great physical comedy.
We've all done it.
That's fantastic.
We've all done it. And of course, the mum from Gremlins as well.
Yes.
Whose actress? The actress's name escapes me, but brilliant. I just love how little sense that rant from the father makes. What were you doing in the middle of the street? A kid your age.
And then the playpen is little baby Joey. Great line. Better get used to these bars, kid.
Indeed.
And he looks the way he says bars.
Bars, kid. Do you know, I mean, watching this, it does make me very, very sad about the
And of course Wayne Arnold there as well.
Is that his father?
No, Wayne Arnold. Kevin Arnold's big brother from the Wonder Years.
Is it?
Well, the one in the
Davy
Crockett hat.
Oh, it is, of course it is, yes.
That's Wayne Arnold, isn't it? Whose name I know but completely escapes me.
And he does look like a 50s kid as well, doesn't he?
Doesn't he?
Our first television set. Dad just picked it up today. Do you have a television?
And of course, it's the same episode of The Honeymooners that they were watching.
Yeah.
Back in the 80s.
You must be
So does he not
yes.
comment? Oh, he's seen this episode.
I've seen this one.
Yeah.
This is the one where Ralph dresses up as the space invader or something.
Hey, I've seen this one. This is a classic. This is where Ralph dresses up as a man from space.
What do you mean you've seen this?
I've seen it on reruns.
Yeah.
Oh, I saw it on a rerun.
Oh, no.
Rerun.
You'll find out.
Brilliant. What is Wayne Arnold's name? Can you look it up?
Wayne Arnold. Let's have a look, shall we? Let's find out what his name is.
Look how beautiful Lee Thompson is there when she's looking at him.
He can.
Has her beauty made you cough? Is that what's happened?
I've been choked by her beauty.
I thought that's what it was.
Yes.
I love the fact as well in this that just as I am looking through the cast here, and I'd forgotten that all the bad guys, the henchmen, bitch henchmen, of all their names are all like their physical things.
So it's a great line here. Who the hell is John F. Kennedy?
Oh yes, of course.
Were the Marty's parents out of town?
Brilliant.
What is this actor's name?
And after all, Dad almost killed him with the car. That's true, Marty.
I can't think what his name is.
I think
I know it as soon as I hear it.
And you can sleep in my room.
You can sleep in my
Squeeze of the knee. No, he's off.
Jason Hervey.
That's it.
That is?
Yeah. Jason Hervey.
And you never really... I think he has just introduced all the children, hasn't he? Yeah,
Yes.
Milton, isn't it?
Yes.
He's a very strange.
Yep.
He's an idiot.
He's an idiot.
Brilliant.
Comes from upbringing.
His parents are probably idiots too.
I mean, you ever have a kid who acts that way, I'll disown you.
Of course, it was a little bit after this that I just... Now, of course, this is a great moment because the payoff of this is that he's looking at the garage
Yes.
because the newspaper cutting says about the Brown Mansion burning down,
Yeah.
didn't it? So, of course, he expects Doc to be living in that. So he comes to this massive, great big house
Yeah.
that, of course, isn't there in the 80s. And it was many, many times after watching it before I realised that, before I put two and two together.
Coming up, another of the hard-to-get stickers for the Back to the Future sticker album. Which was this scene where he opens the door and he's got the device on his
Yes,
head.
indeed, the mind-reading
The
device.
mind-reading. And a puppy Einstein there.
But of course, it can't have been the Einstein because no dog lives for 30 years.
No, of course.
So therefore, surely that was probably Einstein's mum or dad, I'd imagine.
Is he called Einstein in the 50s? Is he not called Copernicus or
I
something?
don't know. Yeah, do you know what? You might have something there. It's a great bit where he pulls this off.
Oh, yeah. Well, it's a great noise.
But it actually does leave a mark as well.
Yeah.
That's the best bit.
You want me to make a donation to the cost
Again, just a great,
auxiliary?
crazy inventor. Here we
Yeah.
go. That is superb when he pulls it off his head.
I'm here in a time machine that you invented.
Do you know what this means?
This doesn't work!
Thing doesn't work! Absolute genius.
Do you know what this means? It means that this damn thing doesn't work at all. You gotta help me.
It's basically a colander, isn't it? With
Yes.
lights on it. We like that a lot.
Okay, alright, I'll prove it to you. Look at my driver's license. Expires
It's him
1987.
trying to prove.
My birthday
He's
for
from the
crying out loud.
future.
I haven't even been born yet. And
Are they very careful in this not to tell you his exact date of birth?
look at his sweatshirt, Doc. Class
'Cause I don't think they ever...
Possibly, yeah. Yeah, maybe they're deliberately fudging it.
And again here, more set up for later on. He's just shown a picture of him and his brother and his sister, which is going to come into play later.
And the brother's hair is already fading.
Yeah.
So this is him trying to prove...
Alright, the actor? Huh. Then who's vice president?
Jerry Lewis?
No, Jerry Lewis is currently probably filming that film about the clown that killed all the Jewish kids.
It is funny, isn't it, that whenever they do a comedy set in the past, you know, one of the great jokes, because they did that in The Wedding Singer as well, of course, set in the 80s, and but made in late 90s,
Yeah.
and when they go to the wedding planner woman, or was it the cake woman or something, and she's saying, "Oh, I can see you two are perfect together. You'll be there for the long haul, just like Bert and Lonnie and Woody and Mia and that sort of thing." And you know, it's a great thing to
Indeed.
sort of make a retrospective joke that we're all in on.
So we're now back at Lion Estates, where Marty's just basically recanted the story of how Doc got the bruise on his head
Yes,
in order
how
to
he wiped
prove
his
that
head
he
hanging
is.
a picture over the toilet,
Yeah.
and got the idea for the flux capacitor. And isn't it funny, if you were to say to anybody of over 20, 25, if you were to say 88 miles an hour, people say Back to the Future, you say flux capacitor, people say, you know, silly things like that have just gone into the public consciousness because of this film. It is amazing how far-reaching it was.
They are law. It's an impressive feat to pull off, I think.
Absolutely.
For them. I do love his jacket as well. I would wear that jacket. I would. I love it. It's actually quite reminiscent of the jacket that Jared Leto is going to be wearing as the Joker in Suicide
Joker.
Squad. Tejoka.
Did you see the pictures of him at the New York Comic Con.
I did indeed.
Masked up.
Yes, I did indeed.
And fooling everybody, as of course was Mark Ruffalo as well. I thought that was very good. It's always entertaining when you... Now, again, one thing I don't understand about this, you've got a 1950s television set, which would effectively... And it's got the little rabbit ears on the top, so the only thing coming out of that would be a wire to plug it in. How have they find something to plug a video camera into it?
If you look to the left, you can see there's like the little clips.
Yeah.
So he's evidently fudged it somehow, hasn't he? And I think we have to just be led to believe that, come on, man, this guy invented time travel.
But not now, he hasn't. And the fact is that he's, that there will be no input to this other than through those rabbit ears.
No, you are correct.
I don't buy that. But for the sake of,
I reckon we should contact actually any of the listeners, if you want to contact JVC and find out if it would have been possible to fit a 1985 camcorder, what do you call it? Yeah. Portable video recording unit to a 1950s TV. Let us know.
Indeed.
1.21 gigawatts. Tom, how am I going to generate that?
Tom. Who's he talking to?
Thomas Edison.
Thomas Edison, of course. Yeah.
The man who discovered electricity. And of course, people incorrectly state that he invented the light bulb, which of course he didn't.
Who did invent the light bulb, Graham?
Mr. Light and Mr. Bulb. No, sorry, Dr. Bulb.
Dr. Bulb,
yes.
Dr. Bulb, okay.
Yes.
Who invented the toilet?
People say it's Thomas Crapper, but I actually don't think it was. I think that's an urban myth, isn't it? That it was Thomas Crapper.
Another one for the listeners at home. Let us know who invented the toilet, please. Was it Thomas Crapper?
Or don't.
No, do. How am I ever going to learn anything?
No, do. Oh, bolt of lightning. If only we knew when one of them was going to hit. Hang on.
Hello.
Play off.
Hello.
It's so clever, this film. I mean, I know that we mock, but it's so cleverly done, the way that, fair play. Was this Zemeckis and Gale wrote this, didn't they?
Yes.
Hats off to them, because it's a beautifully paced and put together script. It's so clever.
I mean, it went through quite a number of iterations. I mean, the original draft of this was 81.
Right.
And it went through, 4 or 5 different screenplays before it got to the final one. Now, and the reason they didn't really want to go ahead with it, first off, is because you had films like Porky's and Fast Times at Ridgemont High, which were, risque, sex comedies. Bawdy, yes. Exactly the word. And when they found out that kind of...
The first mention of the phrase "Back to the Future" there, Doc saying, "I've got to get you back
to the future."
Anyway, sorry.
Yeah, no. When they were going through, trying to get this made and get the script out there, a lot of people were saying, well, you've got a story where essentially someone's mother falls in love with their son. It's incestuous. Yeah. And at the same time, obviously, you had movies like Porky's and Fast Times and other, I suppose, what you'd refer to as sex comedies, weren't they? Really?
Yes, absolutely.
It's like, this is the least. The least you have to worry about is a little subplot about a mother falling in love with her son.
No, quite. But done for comedic effect.
Yeah, of course.
He's obviously reacting to it, not going "Quaw." He's going, "Oh my god,"
Yeah.
It's no, but in terms of 80s movies, and you think how many classic movies came out of the 80s, and of course we did an episode a while ago where we talked about that classic period, and as I said, this was my favourite film from this year, and just across the board though, from that 80s period, they didn't come much better than this, did they?
No,
this was right up there. This is a timeless classic.
I mean, if you look at the movies that came out this year in 85, I mean, what else did you have? You had things like Elm Street was 84, wasn't it? What else came out in 85? There was a ton of good movies, wasn't there? As our listeners will know from listening to our amazing episode that we did. Let's have a look, see what it was up against that year.
It's Strickland again, 30 years earlier.
Yeah.
Did that guy ever have hair?
Matt, if you're watching along with us now, that's Skinner.
Oh, leave him alone, Scott. Leave him alone.
Bless him. I do love him. So, for as long as I've known Matt as well, I've played the Pinch Punch First of the Month game with him.
Right.
Where, I don't obviously see him a lot now because we work in different industries. But I text him every first of the month before, midday or whatever it is to say Pinch Punch First of the Month. And I always beat him. He got me this month. First time ever.
Well done, Matt.
Well done, Matthew.
Well played, sir.
Yeah. Be warned. Be warned. I will have my revenge. The Care Bears movie came out as well. So I'm surprised that didn't do bigger business in 1985. Rambo, First Blood Part 2.
Highlander, was that 85?
I think Highlander was 84, wasn't it?
No, maybe it was late 86.
Spies Like Us. The Goonies.
The Goonies.
Colour Purple, Out of Africa. Cocoon. Jewel of the Nile. Witness. Rocky 4. But this was the highest grossing film of 1985.
Because Jewel of the Nile, of course, was a sequel to Romance in the Stone, which was directed by Robert Zemeckis.
Yes, which he did before this because they couldn't get the wheels in motion. But that was also the year that Roger Moore stepped down from playing Bond.
Of course, View to a Kill, yes, 85.
But yeah, this was the highest grossing movie of 1985.
Oh, this was just massive, wasn't it? I can remember The Power of Love by Huey Lewis and the News being number 1 twice. It was one of those ones that when it was released it went to number 1, and then when the film came out it was re-released and went back to number 1.
Because it's bloody awesome.
It's a great
song. It is a great
tune.
Great tune. Every time they had to play it on the radio, they always had to say, and this is from Back to the Future, because obviously they were annoyed that it doesn't mention the title of the film in the song, does it? Ah, it's the Fish Under the Sea dance.
Be there or be square.
It's amusing to think as well that, what are we now, 30 years on from when this was made, and the fashions that are in both time periods are popular now.
Yes.
So you do see people wearing these 50s style jackets. And, you know, vice versa, you see them wearing the 80s garb as well.
Yeah.
Which is quite amusing, really. Quite odd, really. This is George, obviously, teeing up for us that he is quite the creative mind. And
he writes science fiction
stories.
Yes. And again, harking back to what Marty said earlier about not wanting to let people know what you do.
Yeah.
In case you're told that you're crap.
I guess it would be pretty hard for somebody to understand.
He's just painfully brilliant at being the awkward geek.
Yes, absolutely. I love his hair, the way that long bit's sort of drop down to the side.
Yeah. He's quite ruddy cheeked as well in this, isn't he, Crispin Glover? I'd never noticed. Is this a Blu-ray version that we're watching?
It is a Blu-ray.
Because I do have the DVD trilogy box set, but I tell you what, it cleans up well, doesn't it, on Blu-ray?
Absolutely.
I hate to go all techie for 2 minutes.
Was Crispin Glover in... Oh, God, what's that film called?
You tell me.
I'm about to.
Tell me.
Sean Penn, Christopher Walken, Madonna soundtrack, Live to Tell.
Shanghai Surprise.
No, fuck off.
Crossfire.
No, begins with A.
Hope I live to tell the tale.
Just stop that now.
I'm
leaving. I'm walking away.
Don't walk away from me. Come back here.
Going.
Right. Well, while he's gone, ladies and gents, I'll tell you a little bit about a project that I'm planning to do on my own, which is no, it's coming back. We'll talk more about the naked dance side project I'm doing later.
At close range.
At close range. That was it. That's what I was just going to say. But I was just letting the listeners know.
Was Crispin Glover in that?
Probably not. No. Let's have a look. See what his filmography has been, shall we? Because we do have that at our fingertips.
Oh, of course you do.
He's a good-looking boy, Crispin Glover. A weird-looking boy, but a good-looking boy. Do you know what? I think he's one of the only things that makes Charlie's Angels watchable.
Yes, true.
At close range would have been about the same sort of year.
84.
84. Yeah, he is. He plays a character called Lucas.
Boom!
Well
thank
done, you. Well done, you.
Right, well, on that bombshell.
It wasn't 84, it was 86.
Was it?
Yeah.
No, it wasn't. It wasn't.
What it says here.
Oh, of course, Madonna, it would have been, yeah. Anyway, on that bombshell, I'm going to pause it.
Oh, right, okay.
Because I think we're an hour in. We've done half the film.
Have we?
Yes.
God, we've only been talking for 5 minutes.
It seems like it, but probably not to the listeners.
Well,
It seems like a lot longer than that. A lot
That's
longer.
the beauty of time travel.
So what you did there.
So I imagine that we're going to wrap this up for this week.
We
are. And jump into the fridge Or DeLorean. Whichever you prefer.
And we will be back next week with part 2.
We'll see them in the future.
But of course, part 2 will be coming out after Back to the Future Day, the day after. So all of you, please, on the 21st of October, I think it was 4:09 a.m. or something was the actual time.
I believe it is indeed.
So raise a glass to Marty, Doc, et al.
Yes, set your Casio calculator watches.
Indeed. So that's all for this episode. So for myself, Graham.
And myself, Scott.
Thanks very much for listening to our nonsense, and we will see you for more next time.